Welcome to the Stock Market Daily News podcast for Monday, January 26, 2026. I'm your host, and here's your power-packed 2-minute roundup of everything you need to know as the trading week kicks off. On Friday, U.S. markets showed mixed signals. The S&P 500 edged slightly lower, the Dow Jones slipped marginally, while the Nasdaq managed a modest rebound, driven by a handful of resilient tech stocks. This week, all eyes turn to pre-budget moves in India, volatile midcaps, and the rise of alternative data in the hedge fund space. Let's jump into the most impactful stories shaping markets right now. First up, the Nifty 50 in India is entering what analysts call a high-stakes zone ahead of the union budget. The index slipped below its 200-day moving average, a key technical level watched by long-term investors. Persistent foreign selling and a weakening rupee have added pressure, with the Nifty now about 5% off its highs. Technical analysts warn that further downside could be in play, and current market sentiment is cautious, with many opting to sell on rallies. For traders, volatility is expected to remain elevated until after the budget announcements. Switching gears to midcap action, fresh data spotlights 8 Indian midcap stocks primed for potential breakouts, some with upside estimates as high as 85% over the year. Standouts include Kalyan Jewelers, with a consensus target near 679 rupees, indicating huge upside if targets are reached. Other names on traders' radar are Godrej Properties, Tube Investments, and Suzlon Energy, all with consensus buy or strong buy ratings from analysts. Keep watch, but remember that midcaps can see outsized volatility in uncertain markets. In the hedge fund world, prediction markets like Kalshare and Polymarket are emerging as an unlikely source of alternative data. While most hedge funds aren't directly betting on these platforms, many are tapping the real-time consensus for early signals ahead of major events, like inflation prints or macro announcements. According to industry insiders, the prediction market drift, when odds sharply diverge from the consensus, sometimes gives traders a heads-up before Wall Street catches on. Expect more funds to experiment with this data as the information edge tightens. Looking at high-profile investor moves, ace investor Mukul Agrawal has been busy rebalancing his 6,500 crore rupee portfolio. Agrawal scooped up beaten-down names like Hindustan Construction and Allcargo Logistics, but also trimmed exposure to last year's best performers, such as Autoriders and Infobeans Technologies. The message: active managers are getting even more tactical amid sector rotation and sharp stock-specific corrections. Finally, a quick heads-up for Indian investors. The NSE and BSE remain closed today, January 26th, for Republic Day. No trading in equities, derivatives, or commodities until markets reopen tomorrow. It's a timely pause as investors reassess their positions ahead of a high-volatility week packed with budget headlines and earnings. Let's wrap up with Friday's closing numbers. The S&P 500 settled just below 4,800, the Dow closed near 37,800, and the Nasdaq finished just above 15,000. Key themes this week are caution in Indian equities, an eye on mid-cap volatility, and the search for new trading edges in alternative market data. Stay tuned for big earnings releases and the closely watched union budget out of India. Thanks for listening to Stock Market Daily News. Be sure to follow or subscribe and join us tomorrow for more actionable updates from global markets.